Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 1st to the 15th, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out immensely, so thank you so much for doing so. And if you're interested to enter to receive a reading from me, put a turkey in the comment box, and somebody will be chosen at random to receive this free reading. I will be announcing the winner through a separate video, so don't be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. I will announce the person who will receive this reading through a separate video. Now, if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com, which is also listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels. So we're starting a new journey, most definitely. We are also letting go of a lot of insecurities around the way that we're supposed to move forward, or kind of what we thought we were supposed to be doing, or where we thought we were supposed to be. So just knowing that about ourselves, that we're letting go of preconceived notions, is going to be super, super, super important. There's also this energy here of kind of being stuck in a certain way of seeing something. Divinity is tapping us on the shoulder. Expect that tap to get a lot more intense during this time. We're also breaking down vampiric energy that has been holding us back. So, yeah, negative patterns, negative thoughts, negative people in our lives, we're going to see ourselves moving away from that, but also really confronting that during this time, Sagittarius. Now, if you're born on the cusp with Scorpio, or you have strong Scorpio in your chart, check out that video because there's that same energy there for them as well. Again, you're definitely moving forward. The repeat of the number 2 is embracing the duality of the self, but also embracing the fact that you need more than just you. You can be falling in love during this time. You can be, connecting with those around you, people that you love, romantically, personally, friends, family. It doesn't really matter. We are finding a balance within the rhythm of ourselves. The repeat of the number 4 is we're looking at kind of like the stabilizing factor of us, right? The 4 walls that we build our life in, or the body that holds our soul. We're going to be really looking at that energy during this time and looking at stabilizing and securing the way that we want to move forward. 6 is a nurturing number. And for us, we need to just be mindful that we need to nurture ourselves a bit more. We're not going to be as good with that as we would like to be. So being aware of that is going to be super important. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Here we have nature reversed. Are we truly embracing our nature? what we want and how we are developing within ourselves. Also, are we going out in nature? Are we connecting with the earth? Are we so busy all the time with everything that we put in our ears that we can actually find? And yeah, you will find this, Sagittarius, that some things can just be, it can be too loud. And it's not that it's too loud, it's like your ears are just like, I can't hear another thing. Like it's all too much. I need to calm and I need to center. At that point, getting out in nature can be so beneficial, but also just slowing things down and yeah, and limiting the amount of things that we're listening to is going to be very helpful as well. So let's see the energy that Spirit wants us to be mindful of. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and Spirit guides. The Nine of Cups reverse. The Nine of Cups reverse feels like nobody's showing up to your table. It can also feel like I want to celebrate something, but I just can't. It's either we can have an apprehension about celebrating something, or we can very much feel like it's not all stabilized yet. I don't know how better to put that, where it's kind of like we've gotten so far and we think, oh, yes, I can celebrate now. And there's this energy around us that's like not until it's fully completed. So just knowing that as well, that we have an uncertainty in our energy space right now that's making it hard. Like, do I celebrate? Do I not celebrate? Do I move forward? Do I not move forward? Are people showing up for me or with me, or are they not? And there's also this sense of kind of almost wanting to go to ground, like wanting to sit there almost like a dragon, guarding and hoarding their treasure. That this uncertainty can make us really just kind of like want to like turn into ourselves, hunker down on ourselves. So just be aware of that. With the Two of Pentacles, we're finding balance and we are balancing a lot. So we're also going to be looking at things during this time and realizing, you know what, no, that's not for me, or that is for me, or I'm moving forward, but I'm not moving forward. These type of things, we're going to be looking at our lives so much more openly, so much more honestly with ourselves and seeing the way that we need to move forward for us, but also the way that we want to move forward for us. We're looking at a lot of things that we've been balancing, a lot of things that we've been trying to understand, get a grasp on, fully kind of commit ourselves to. And this is going to be a time where we realize, you know what, I don't want this, I do want this. I have no energy in myself for XYZ. I do have energy for this. So here, it's very much like weeding the garden, okay? It's a slow down energy. It's a seeing what's important energy. We're going to try and do it all. We want to get everything done perfectly. We don't want to disappoint anybody, especially ourselves. We're setting really high expectations for us here, Sagittarius. And Spirit is saying, slow down and calm down. It moves us to the Four of Pentacles. We have had some unhealthy habits that we have built, okay? So just recognizing this. Also vampiric energy, people who drain us, situations that drain us, and we keep on going back into them, either thinking, okay, this will change, or thinking this is just normal, and not realizing I really don't like this. We can also just be trying to be nice, Sagittarius. Do know that in trying to find the harmony, the balance, the truth of things, we can overlook like blaring obvious things that hold us back, that are keeping us from moving forward, that are, stopping us from really embracing what we want. So this is going to be a time where not only are we finding balance within ourselves and seeing everything that we have to juggle, but we're also seeing the energy that drains us, the energy that overwhelms us, the ways that we find it hard at times to move forward, to be kind to ourselves, to give ourselves the grace that we deserve. So with the Four of Pentacles, this is a time as well where we look at the vampiric energy and we start to see it. It's not us, it's them, that type of saying, where it's like we look at it and we've been blaming ourselves and it's like, no, it's you. It's like, I totally get this. I need to walk away from this situation, or I need to realize you're only able to bring 20% to the table all the time. Or, wow, this person just chronically complains. It's not that their life is horrible, it's that they just always complain. So being aware of this is going to be so important because we can properly armor ourselves in these situations if we still need to be in these situations, or we're walking away. We are also going to find that negative words, negative, situations in our lives, they have a way of just playing over and over again in our head. And we are starting to break free from this. Now, with the Four of Cups, Divinity has been sending us a message. we're going to get smacked over the head with it during this time, whether we like it or not. It's just going to come in, smack us over the head, and be like, listen, you have to listen, Sagittarius. So just be aware. Something is going to make itself profoundly known during this time because we haven't been listening. We've been focusing on certain things that we just think, oh, this is terrible, this is terrible, this is terrible. And Spirit is like, no, it's not. Stop looking over there. Stop focusing on what cannot be changed and start looking here. Start looking at this gift that I am giving you. And at first, when it comes in, man, are we going to be ticked about it. We are going to be so frustrated, so overwhelmed, so annoyed. So just be aware. Just be aware that, do we want to look at this? No, not really. Do we want to be giving this our time and attention? No, not really. But Spirit is going to have us really confronting certain things. And it's like, oh, okay. I needed to stop that cycle. I needed to stand up for me. I needed to be in this energy. And I also needed to realize that I have gifts. And that's what we're going to be seeing here, Sagittarius. I have gifts. And it brings us to the Six of Cups. We have been moving forward for a lot of the time, unsurely, insecurely, overwhelmed. And with the Six of Cups reversed. Oh, no, that's this. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we are being much more confident moving forward, but that's also because we are letting go of a lot of the past. So Spirit just showed me the Seven of Swords, just the Six of Swords right on top of the Six of Cups. And that's so interesting because it is. We've been unsure of the way that we need to move forward. We've been unsure of the knowledge of the purpose of where we're headed. We've taken other people's words and really held them to heart, where they could have just been saying things off of defense for themselves. And we're like, oh, no, this is the Holy Grail type of energy. So now we're moving forward, but we're moving forward in a lot more confidence. But that's also because we're looking at the past and we see it. We see the past, okay? We're not fools. It's not like we haven't learned, but we're not being ruled by the past anymore. We're not being held back. We're not being kept in it. The past has happened, and even the future. We're not living for the future. It's like, oh, I dream of this. And when those dreams don't come true, it's devastating. But they are simply dreams. And our dreams are important, but we have a very limited vocabulary for which to dream in. And Spirit in the universe has an infinite vocabulary for which to dream in. And so we are limiting ourselves in certain ways because of the past, because of the knowledge that we have, because of being simply human. And here, we're starting to let go. We're starting to say, oh, I didn't need to hold on to this. I didn't need this. I don't need to still be this person. I get to be me. I get to be me. And moving forward in abundance, in assurity, in connection with ourselves is just so, so, so important. And realizing that the past, yes, it has a place and it has a time in our existence, but it doesn't get to define every single step we take forward. It just doesn't. It doesn't get that power anymore. And we're starting to move forward in real confidence. And that moves us to the Fool. It moves us to moving forward in that confidence, in that assurity of self, but also in the sense of, I dare to dream. I dare to break open the box, break down the barriers that have been around me and go after my dreams, go after what I want. Seem foolish at times and still be me, and still live the life that I want to live and be the person that I want to be. We are going to fall. So when we go and we embrace the Fool and we move forward and we jump off that cliff, right? The inevitable thing is gravity. We are going to fall. We are not going to fail. Okay, skinned knees and, bruised palms, they're part of the game. But just because you've stumbled or just because you've lost your way at times does not mean you failed. It means that you're still on this adventure and you're a really good story. Think of the stories we like to watch, and read and immerse ourselves in. Stories are so important. And unless we're reading children's books, even then, they don't resolve themselves easily. It's just, things that we as adults look at and think, oh, well, that's silly. But to a little kid, that was a big problem. So here, with the Fool, with moving forward, stop thinking your problems are silly. Stop thinking, oh, nobody else understands. And start looking at yourself as, I'm a really good story. My life is a huge adventure that is powerful. I am powerful. And we're seeing ourselves break away from the past, break away from the chains that bound us, and break away from what just didn't need to be a part of our lives anymore. We're taking a risk. Is nature warning us? Yes. Our intuitive nature will absolutely warn us. You know how we have the dog right down here, and in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's the dog, barking at the person, because animals can see the spirit world so much better than we can. Animals are so much more connected, and you can have your dog be like, I'm not walking that way, and you'll be like, no, it's fine, and it's not. So here, it's like, listen to the animals. Listen to the guidance that you're being given from the natural world. It's super important. It brings us then to the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is the opening up of a path. Okay? It's, you know, it's a V for victory, right? I was going to go like this, a V for victory, but you can see it here. It's a V for victory. It's severing certain ties that have held us back. It's cutting down barriers. It's moving us forward in ways that we hadn't imagined and hadn't anticipated for ourselves. And it's opening up a door. The Two of Swords is also saying, look at things differently. It's time to see things differently. We had this distinct way of looking at things, of thinking of it, and there are more options than we could have imagined. And there are more ways forward than we would have known. And this is going to be a time that we really start to embrace that, where it's like, oh, it didn't have to be just A or B, left or right. There's so much more opening up here for me. And I am opening up to so many more possibilities. We had ourselves in a bit of a box before, and we thought it had to be like this. And we were also proving to our younger selves that we could do it, or we could make it work, or, I could be just like this. And all the while, we were ignoring our souls and our soul purpose here on this earth. It brings us to our subconscious spirit message. And that's clarity reversed. A lot of things have been unclear, and that's okay. To say, I haven't been seeing it clearly, or I haven't been hearing it clearly, or understanding it clearly, and I've been overwhelmed because of that. That's okay. Everybody is. So here, when clarity is reversed, we need to get back into center with ourselves. Meditation. I love Spring Forest Qigong. If you're into that, it's free on YouTube. You can do it along with them. You can go for a walk. You can do meditations in groups. You can. There are different things that are free, that are opened to people and to everyone. But there's just a sense here of, do I find balance within me? And as I find balance within me, the clarity comes. So we're off a little bit with balance, and balance is important, because remember, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, Sagittarius, we're the angel pouring in one cup, pouring liquid into one cup and then into another. So we need that balance. We are guided by truth. And when clarity is unclear, it's like, okay, well, I'm not seeing the truth, right? But maybe we are. And maybe it's just a lot murkier and a lot more intense than we had wanted it to be. Let the clarity come forward. Let the insight come forward. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And that's the Page of Cups, the Princess of Cups here in the Druid Craft deck. This is being students of our hearts. This is learning to trust our intuition, which, again, is something that we can be struggling with during this time. But this is also emotions being all over the place. This can be for us, but this can also be for others. It's almost like other people's emotions get to count more than our own, which is fine, especially if that's part of our job, to show up and hold sacred space for people's emotions. That's great. But we also need to hold sacred space for ours. And sometimes, I know this sounds really silly, but sometimes we need to let ourselves have a bit of a temper tantrum, feel unseen and unheard, and kind of like a teenager, where it's just like, oh, why is everybody against me? But then we need to come back to center and see what it is that we need to do to harmonize ourselves and to pull ourselves in alignment with what we love. It brings us to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Eight of Wands. Things are moving very, very quickly. Subconsciously, especially, we're looking at things and it's like, wow, 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 wow. Everything's happening. And we can feel like we have responses to when things move really quickly, right? We can be all there for it, running right along with it. We can feel overwhelmed by it and trying to keep up, or we can just freeze. So be kind to yourself if you find yourself not moving as quickly as you think everything should, because subconsciously you're growing, things are evolving, things are moving forward, but it can be a lot to try and keep up with it all. So just beware of that during this time. Okay, there's a lot of change coming forward. A lot of it is going to be internal, dealt with, in a more spiritual way, but we're going to see ourselves breaking down barriers and opening up doors for us. All right. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Don't forget the turkey in the comment box if you want to. If you don't, that's totally cool. Now let's clear the energy space. Let's end this reading with a meditation, releasing all negative energy and raising our positive energy. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And move forward in joy. Just let happiness be a part of your life. Love you guys. Bye.